Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeko Onyeka Oderi. My heart bleeds as the state of insecurity in Nigeria, the state of lawlessness. I just read a news item. Bandits parade 150 kidnapped villagers in Zamfara forest. It's similar stories everywhere. Last year, based on NBS statistics, over 2.2 million Nigerians were kidnapped. Over 2.2 trillion ransom paid. Over 600,000 Nigerians murdered. The kidnap industry has become a massive industry because we have refused to tackle it holistically. The bandits, ISWAP, Boko Haram, unknown gunmen, and Lukawara are having a field day because the federal government, the state government, local government, and those in authority at the National Assembly and State Assembly have collectively refused to do the right things to fix the insecurity problem in Nigeria. It's on record. Over $27 billion were wasted as security expenses. In between 2015 to 2023 by the Buhari junta. Yet insecurity expanded from the middle belt and northeast to other parts of Nigeria. Can we slay insecurity? Very, very easy. You cannot keep on repeating the same mistake, rinsing and repeating it, and you expect to achieve any different result. The governor of Zamfara State, the same state where the bandits are having a field day, stated it categorically clear that with the right political will at the federal government level, supporting the state, that they can destroy the bandits in 2 weeks because they know where the bandits live. They know where they exist. They know everything about them. But it's just that the state does not have the power, the arms, and the firepower to empower the communities to tackle them headlong. We've made the suggestion, and I will keep on saying, I will keep on repeating these suggestions until it sinks into the medulla oblongata of the insensitive, callous, and wicked human beings who purport to rule and govern Nigeria. The current security architecture of Nigeria is not working and will never work. It will only breed corruption. It will only breed death, misery for the people. Today, we have over 3.5 million Nigerians in IDP camp. We have over 310,000 Nigerians in Chad or Niger, in refugee camps when Nigeria is not at war. How do we destroy insecurity? Very simple. We need to restructure the current architecture of Nigeria back to what we used to have in the early 60s. Let the regions, let the communities control their security. We have advocated the current security architecture is not working. We've advocated and projected an arrangement that will even help us to grow our economy. The agro sector has the potential to unlock over $200 and $300 billion revenue into Nigeria, non-oil revenue, every year. We've suggested this. One of the ways we have to grow agriculture in Nigeria is to move away from subsistence farming and go into mechanized agriculture, doing them in clusters. Federal government of Nigeria have gotten approval of the Senate to borrow $21 billion. I can share with you within the next 15 minutes how we can utilize that money, tackle insecurity, build up economy, grow the agri sector, and create 20 million jobs. Come with me. Nigeria has 8,809 electoral ward. There is no ward in Nigeria that cannot cannot carve out at least 1,000 hectares from their large forests, apart from those in the urban areas, to turn into agro parks, working with local government at state level. Today, out of each of the 8,809 electoral ward, we will ask the communities to donate their sons. Every community knows the good, the bad, and ugly. Let me tell you why the current security architecture is not working. The military man from Pambegua posted to Imo State to tackle unknown gunmen. Most of them create only checkpoints to extort from motorists. They know where the bandits are, but they are too cowardly to tackle those criminals. They have no filial connections with the indigenous of the communities that are being ravaged by insecurity because they are not, do not have any blood tie do not have any reason to lay down their life for them. They see them based on the ethno-religious bigotry in Nigeria. They have no there's no incentive for the man from Pambegua to lay down his life for the man at Oguta or Olo to protect the people from the bandits. Same thing, reverse is the case. But if we decide today, the $21 billion the federal government wants to borrow, if we decide in the key states, in all 30 states, we set up 2,500 agro-cluster centers. Each center will have at least 2,000 hectares of land. Each sector, it will take $6 million. We've done the numbers. $6 million to build up the whole place. Set it up. Each of those centers will generate at least $42 million annually. Each of those rangers will house 300 agro rangers. We will select 100 agro rangers from every electoral ward. To set up, equip, and fund 100 agro rangers from every ward in Nigeria will take us $3.75 billion to do. It will cost us $1.6 billion annually as a recurrent expenditure. We know that if we set up security trust fund at the community, local government, and state level to fund this thing, even without fiscal revenue, we can easily fund it. We also know that revenue from each of these agro parks can easily take care of these agro rangers, even if we are paying them 150, 200,000 naira monthly salaries and emolument. Now, let me tell you what will happen. We have a nursing, we have not. The only thing ISWAP, Boko Haram, bandits have is that they have access to superior firepowers. Our military guys can easily degrade them. But because of the nature, the distrust in Nigeria, the ethno-religious divisions here, there is no incentives on behalf of those military men to lay down their lives for the host communities where these bandits are ravaging. Close your eyes and imagine if in Zamfara State, Zamfara has 13 local government area. In each of the wards in Zamfara, you ask the communities to donate their sons. You arm them with AK-47. Arm them with rocket propelled grain. Fine. Under a command structure, tactical command structure, the governor, the national security advisor, and the commandant from the state. Close your eyes and imagine in each of the 13 local government areas, they have 3 armored personnel carriers and 1 truck-mounted machine gun, armored too, manned by indigenous, selected by their people, not by all manner of converted criminals recruited into our security forces. If Zamfara State will have access, the community, the indigenous people, each of the electoral ward in Zamfara State, they have 100 of their sons picked, armed with AK-47, armed with drones and Kenkoso dogs. And they have 3 armored personnel carrier in each local government area with 1 machine-mounted truck machine gun manned by the people. I tell you, in 3 weeks, these people will comb the forest. They will eliminate, they will destroy the bandits. Because no man will be alive to see his wife, his children being kidnapped and raped the way these bandits are doing. No man who has the means, the power, the forces, the arms, will sit in his bedroom and wait for somebody to come and burn his house to kidnap for ransom. If we have this security arrangement, like I said, each of these agro centers, agro clusters, fully mechanized, fully technology driven, will cost us $6 million. We will generate $42 million annually from each of those clusters. We will have at least 300 agro rangers times 2,500, enough manpower, fully trained, fully equipped with filial and connections with blood tie incentives to protect their land. The total cost of this project is $15 billion. If you add the cost of the security architecture around it, it's about $20 billion. With $20 billion rightly invested, we will secure Nigeria 24/7. We will build a 24/7 economy. We will generate nothing less than $200 billion annually from the agro value chain. We will create 20 million direct jobs and 10 million indirect jobs. These things are not skyrocket science. Peter Gregory Obi did similar experiment in Anambra, and it worked in 2006 when he became governor. Anambra was a beehive of criminal activity. He did not even have the privilege of even having a more personnel carriers or the kind of things I'm suggesting here. The only thing he did was that he asked Innocent to provide 117 vehicles, 177 trucks for the 177 autonomous town unions in Anambra, provided motorcycle, provided with even pump action rifle, empowered them. Anambra communities provided, gated their communities, and they had walkie-talkies. They had communication. 6 months after, they chased away all the criminals from Anambra. Anambra was the most secure state, according to the records of the police, for 5 consecutive years. And what Peter did was just a crude version of the kind of things we are suggesting. Security is best handled by those who know the terrain. Every community knows the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you come to Imo State today, we have 305 electoral wards. If you have 100 agro rangers in every of the ward in Imo State, 100 were selected by their community, fully trained. And these guys are armed with AK-47. These guys are armed with Kenkoso dogs. And they have 3 armored personnel carriers in each of the 27 local government areas in Imo State with 1 machine-mounted truck mounted with machine gun. I tell you, nobody will do shit at home in Imo State again for the rest of the existence. Nobody. All this nonsense you are seeing everywhere, they are killing people, kidnapping people, will be a thing of the past. If you claim 1,000 hectares of land from every of the ward in Imo State and turn it into an agro park, there will be no forest left for any kidnapper to hide any kidnapped victim. The same youths that will easily be recruited by these criminals, earning 250,000 naira every month, will be fully empowered to protect their own people. Lawful terror deters unlawful terror. Most of the people you see, bandits, terrorists, all this unknown, they are cowards. That is why they don't, you see them, they hit and they run. But when you empower the communities, when you empower the indigenous people, when you give them the right of defense in a very structured manner that does not allow any of them to go rogue, in 6 months, this land will be so secured that we'll be wondering what happened. Under the First Republic, Dr. Michael Ihano Korokbara, in 7 years, built the fastest growing economy in the whole of the Commonwealth. It was agro-based development. He created 214-kilometer agro-industrial belts. Michael Okpara had an efficient security force that was more efficient than the federal police. So efficient in their security network that when they had problems in some of the Central African countries, they did not demand for the federal police. They came to Saudi Stallion to ask for Michael Okpara to send his own police to go there and make peace. The truth that we know what to do. We know what we can do within the next 1 year to return the 3.5 million Nigerians in IDP camp back to their homes. But it seems as if that those who purport to rule Nigeria or ruin Nigeria, aided by their paymasters offshore, lack the political will or the incentive to do what they know. What is there anything I've said here now that is rocket science to execute? We know. How many are the bandits? How many are ISWAP members? How many are the unknown gunmen? And are they really unknown gunmen? These are people that are known. But the current security architecture, the current police, the current army, the current whatever, do not have the incentives, the motivation, the blood ties with the indigenous people to protect them. And when these criminals and bandits know that there is equal firepower with moral standing to decimate them, they either surrender, give up, or disappear, or will peacefully send them back to their father in Hades, Satan. May God have mercy on us.